Hare Krishna, Karunamay Chitralekha. Pranams. So give me just 2 minutes. I'm connecting to my another instrument also. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Yes, Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschate Deshatarini. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So yes, welcome to the 16th chapter. The other day we had our discussion, and today time for the presentation. So first let us finish the first three important verses, which Krishna describes the 26 qualities, that is divine qualities. What are the divine qualities? And the next verse is demoniac qualities. So can we please start the group exercise?
Yes, Mataji.
Please,
when can present.
who was in group 1?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Krishna, please.
As Lord Krishna mentioned the divine banyan tree in the previous chapter, so here he is discussing about the good fruits as well as the bad fruits of the banyan tree. So we are first going to discuss the good fruits, that are the divine qualities. So as we know that there are these qualities here mentioned here can liberate a person from the material world. And as we know that there are four orders, social orders, as Brahmacharya ashram, Grihastha ashram, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas ashram. And Sannyas ashram is the highest institution. So a sannyasi is said to be the even guru of a brahmana. So the first quality a sannyasi has to be follow is abhayam, that is fearlessness. He should be fearless. So he should depend on God. As a sannyasi has to live alone and preach most of the time, he has to travel. So he should be fearless. He should have a firm conviction that Krishna is always with me, and he should live on the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead as Paramatma. So he should surrender his soul to him, even in the darkest region of forest, as mentioned by Srila Prabhupada. And it is also we can see from the example of Srila Prabhupada's life when he started his journey to America. He was all alone. There was no guidance. There was even his spiritual guru was not present in his uh, physical form, but he was firm that Krishna is always with me. So Krishna guided him throughout his journey and throughout his uh, the establishment of ISKCON and how things happened, as we know all. Then the second quality is purification, purification of one's own existence. This is also for a sannyasi. So since uh, a sannyasi has to follow many rules and regulations in the renounced order of life. So one of the most strict rules is to avoid intimate relationship with the opposite gender. Even communication in a lonely place is forbidden. As Srila Prabhupada gives an example of Chota Haridas, he was a direct associate of Sriman Mahaprabhu. So he also says that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has set an example, ideal example of an ideal sannyasi. So Chota Haridas was going for taking alms,
So
and
you don't have to explain the details.
Right.
Everyone knows the past.
Right.
Just say the principle.
Yeah. So the principle is like, and the rule has to be followed. And the third, so he also mentioned that it's better to commit suicide before experiencing such illicit desires. So any illicit desire is not recommended. The third quality is Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti. So it is the cultivation of knowledge. A sannyasi life is meant for distributing knowledge to the householders and other social, uh, other people of society. A sannyasi goes for begging, for taking alms, not for begging. So humility is also one of the qualifications of a transcendent, of a person who is transcendently situated. So uh, the purpose of taking alms is from the householders, from the grihasthas, is to awaken Krishna consciousness in them. So that is the duty of a sannyasi. If he is actually advanced and so ordered by his spiritual master, he should preach Krishna consciousness with logic and understanding. So he's trying to say that he's so advanced in his knowledge, so he should try to preach in Krishna consciousness with logic and understanding. But if he is not so advanced, he has taken sannyas due to certain by pressure or by any other means. So he should first accept uh, he should have sufficient knowledge. He should engage himself in hearing from a bona fide spiritual master to cultivate knowledge before taking the renounced order of life or even after that. So a sannyasi has to be situated in these three qualities: fearlessness, sattva, samashuddhi, purity, and jnana yoga, that is cultivation of knowledge. The fourth quality is for the householders, that is for the grihasthas. There is charity. Charity means giving some proportion of their um, good income, that is earned through by honorable means, the proportion is given 50% to the income to the to propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world. 25% there is certain, and yes, it is mentioned only
Okay.
here.
So the
50%.
principle is to give charity, specifically mentioned for the householders. Okay.
Yes.
Next item.
And next, Daya, are you ready?
Yes, I read it.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Next is also for householder, that is self-control. Now, self-control here, self-control means that one should have control on his or her senses, especially on the sex life. It is for householder that he or she should not like produce or propagate children, which are only increasing number of children is not good for the society. If they are producing and giving birth to a child which is going to be a Krishna conscious, means they are providing their environment with Krishna conscious. They will do something in Krishna conscious or are in Krishna conscious, that are allowed. But if child is not Krishna conscious, then they should not, they should have control on their sex life. Next is sacrifice, yajna. So now in the age of Kali Yuga, sacrifice is only for, it is for all, but especially it is also for householder. In the age of Kali Yuga, the other sacrifices are not possible because of purity and expensive. So the easiest sacrifice yajna which Lord Chaitanya has recommended us, that is Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. By chanting this Mahamantra, we are doing Sankirtana, and this is the topmost yajna of this Kali Yuga. So we have to follow that, householders, and for all. Now the next is Vedic study. It is especially for the brahmacharis who are responsible to study Vedas and give guidance to the other classes of the Varnashram. So, and last is a tapasya. Tapasya, austerity. Austerity is like one has to go through some rules and regulation. Like it is given here that 100% of from 100% of life, 25% is for brahmachari, and 25% is for
It's not 25%, 25 years.
Yes, 25 years.
It is calculated keeping the age limit up to 100. So that's
Yes.
why Varnashrama is divided. 25 brahmacharya life, 25 grahastha life, and 25 vanaprastha, 25 sannyas. And also one more thing, brahmachari is meant to study. He is not guiding the other three ashramas. He said something in like that. Brahmachari is just, his duty is to learn, study scriptures. That is his that is his duty. Yeah.
So Mataji,
Yes.
if one want to study like Gita, and Brahmins are there too, like in our house, in our society, we see that Brahman comes and do katha.
You're talking, no, Brahmana is different from a brahmachari.
Oh, yes.
A grahastha brahmana also can be there, right?
Okay.
Especially householders, especially women, they should take guidance only from question mark.
From Brahmins?
Yes, Karunamai Chitralekha.
Mataji,
Especially married women. Okay, yes. They can preach. I'm not saying they should not preach. Please don't misunderstand. They can preach. But if you want like personal guidance in your life, then you should take, as I'm talking about ladies. For men, if you are going to become brahmachari, take guidance from brahmachari
Sannyasi.
and sannyasis.
Sannyasi.
And if you are going to become grahastha,
Married woman.
no, for man, I'm asking, if a Prabhu is going to become a grahastha, from whom he should,
Grahastha counselor should be there.
grahastha counselor should be there, who are properly situated in their Krishna consciousness. That's very important. Yeah. Like brahmachari, they can take guidance from sannyasis or senior brahmacharis. Grahasthas, senior Grahasthas. Of course, Krishna conscious knowledge can be taken from everyone, right? Krishna conscious knowledge, if so many brahmacharis who are like very eloquent, who can give wonderful Bhagavata Katha, there's so many there in our movement. Definitely we can hear. But if it comes to general, specific, our personal guidance related to our life, personal life in Krishna conscious, then we have to go to a specific people. Like family means, then we should approach a family person. Because we cannot approach a sannyasi asking a grahastha query. Then what a sannyasi will tell, I'm a sannyasi, I don't know. Please take guidance from a senior grahasthas. We can take guidance from vanaprasthas, means retired from family life. Especially women, general Krishna conscious, as I said, we can take. But it's specifically our situation within Krishna consciousness should be taken from experienced ladies in Krishna consciousness who are married. Okay. Yes, so you're clear? Sorry, Daya.
Yes, it is clear, Mataji. I have a question. Like
Yes.
then
No,
if
you complete your quota, then we'll have the question.
okay, sorry.
Everyone has a quota. We will
So,
follow our quota.
And
Yeah.
now the point which is I thought important to share, that is the theory that there is no need of austerity in life, that can go on speculating and everything will be nice, is recommended neither in the Vedic literature nor in Bhagavad Gita. Such theory are manufactured by show-boater spiritualists who are trying to gather more followers. So
Yes.
like here, that someone who said that no need to follow in modern age, do whatever you want, liberation. Especially we are seeing that liberation is something which is progressing, is increasing day by day. So like we have to follow some, like we have 4 regulative principles that is good for us. So we have to follow some rules and regulation that is considered as tapasya for our Kalyugis.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all.
right. Yes. Okay. Yes. So it's very clear. We have to do some austerities. Without austerity, nothing works out. Only just they are actually creating more followers. We know, we ourselves know that we can't say openly. There are many bogus leaders, so-called spiritual leaders. We know that they have so many followers, big in number, right? But no restriction in that. But we don't know, we know that what is the purpose behind following the 4 regulative principles.
Yes.
Mataji,
So
Hare
everyone
Krishna,
is it's applicable for everyone. Okay, just complete any other quality for you, Daya. You completed all 8 qualities.
Yes, we have completed.
Okay,
Me
okay.
and
Yes,
Mataji,
sir.
there is one
You
more
and Krishna.
point here.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
There has to be, the householder should practice the austerity of body, mind, and tongue. This point is also here.
Okay. It's actually okay, specifically for household life. Definitely, everyone have to follow. See, certain qualities specifically they have to follow. That doesn't mean other people need not follow. According to their position, everyone has like vacho vegam, manasa krodhe vegam, body, mind, and tongue. Right? It's applicable for everyone, especially for a person who is going to become a spiritual master. Is that right? We all discussed what are the qualifications of the spiritual master. We all refer Upadeshamrita 1, right? Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam. So there are certain qualities specifically meant for, they are supposed to have. That doesn't mean we need not do. Like for example, purification of one's existence, right? Purification of one's existence, yes, Prabhupada is saying it's specifically meant for a sannyasi, yes, definitely we agree. That doesn't mean we are not following this purification of one's existence. We are. How we are following this purification of one's existence? Using washed clothes, going in front of the deities. That's in mode of goodness. Keep the place clean. And the like fresh clothes need not touch on our beddings. If we wish to use the washroom, we need to have a bath. So all these are actually purification of one's existence. First, we are actually making the consciousness clear and then making it Krishna consciousness. So that's the purification of one's existence. So some qualities are specifically meant for one particular ashram. There are, in general, other qualities which are meant to be practiced by all men. Proper this clear. Like, so fearlessness, specifically, it's supposed to sannyasi should have. Charity, it's specifically meant only for householders. Why specifically it's meant for householders, charity? Please raise your hand. Yes, Pandit. Yes, Pandit Gadadhar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. So Mataji, for charity, because householders do job and they earn money, so to purify their money and to purify their livelihoods, so they should give donations and they should give charity to the qualified brahmanas and the Vaishnavas.
Okay. So one point, the important point is, that's the only earning member in the Varnashram society. A brahmachari is not earning, vanaprastha is not earning, sannyasi is not earning, only a grihastha is earning. So a grihastha is supposed to maintain all the three ashramas. Of course, you said money will get purified, right? Because they are, that's another reason. So grihastha is supposed to maintain all the three ashramas. The principle is to give. And as I said, the money becomes purified and slowly one develops dash. Yes, Pandit Prabhu.
Detachment.
Detachment towards the money. That automatically comes when one performs pure devotional service. Okay. Thank you, Daya and Krishna Priya. Actually, next time, like I'm just suggesting, instead of, since we have an online group work exercise, if it is a live class group work exercise, you will actually come and present in front of the students, right? So I'm just thinking, like if you can make a PowerPoint, if it is possible, just a quick PowerPoint, like, see, this is the important points. I mean, if it is possible, I'm just saying, if it is possible, if someone knows how to do it, you can put a bullet point and you can make a just quick PowerPoint, simple, not any complicated, so that we will have a complete focus. Okay, thank you. Next quality, of course, again, self-control. Self-control is applicable for everyone. Of course, it is meant, Prabhupada is especially meant for the householder. Prabhupada gives the reason, we understand. That doesn't mean brahmachari does not follow self-control, does not, yeah. Vanaprastha, yes, self-control. Sannyasi, yes, self-control. Everyone should control the senses. So like that, some qualities are specifically meant, some qualities are should be followed by everyone. As Taya said, sacrifice, even though the householder will do some kind of sacrifice, because being a householder, vivaha yajna, he performs. When the women conceives, we have Shimanto Nayan Yajna, we have Pumsavana Yajna, we have housewarming ceremony, we do an yajna, right? But apart from that, the yajna which is common for all the four ashramas, brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa, is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Sankirtana Yajna. Right? Of course, then Swadhyaya. Of course, the brahmachari, duty of a brahmachari is to study the scriptures. But that doesn't mean other ashramas, that's what actually, in fact, we are reading scriptures. We are reading Bhagavad Gita, studying Bhagavad Gita, not reading, we are studying Bhagavad Gita in depth, the study of Bhakti Vedanta purports. So a sannyasi is meant to study Bhakti Vedanta purports. Vanaprastha is meant to study. So it's everyone should get spiritual knowledge. As we said, our thing is, we are equipping ourselves for our own practice of Krishna consciousness and of course preaching. Yes. So tapas, austerity, is everyone going through austerity? What are austerities everyone is doing? Please raise your hand. It's especially meant for the retired life. Vanaprasthas, right? They have to undergo austerity. Means like according to their position, they should have austerities. Like the austerity is They are no longer yearning. Vanaprastha have to be maintained by other ashramas. They're no longer earning. More focus in Krishna consciousness, less focus in bodily maintenance, right? And then not close association with the opposite partner. So all these are austerities for a vanaprastha. But other than this, what other ashramas are following it as an austerities? In general, everyone. Yes, please raise your hand. What are the austerities? What are all the austerities? Yes, Pandit Prabhu.
Mataji, austerity of eating only Krishna Prasad.
Austerity of eating only Krishna Pradam. Is it applicable for everyone?
Yes.
Not only for Vanaprastha, right? If you want to progress in Krishna consciousness, we all have to take the austerity of honoring only Prasadam. Yes, somebody raised their hand. Yes, sir. Harshika and Vishaka.
Hare Krishna Mataji, observing Ekadashi fast.
Yes, observing Ekadashi fast. It's applicable for everyone. Thank you. Yes, Vaibhavi.
Shri Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Reciting the shlokas of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita every day.
Okay, reciting it for every day. Okay, thank you. Of course, Daya said following the 4 regulatory principles. Yes, that's an austerity because one man for a woman, one woman for a man. Prabhupada said this is an austerity in this age of Kali. Yes, Karunamay Chitralika.
Hare Krishna Mataji, waking up daily in Brahma Muhurat.
I was expecting this answer for a long time. Waking up early in the Mangalarati. Yes. Because 2 kinds of happiness. One is the alarm rang, snooze it, sleep, cover yourself with a blanket. That's happiness in mode of ignorance. So then, but even then, just taking out the blanket and then raising up, no, that's a happiness in mode of goodness. That's an austerity, especially in cold weather. Like, I mean, I'm sure many of you from Delhi, even in Mayapur, it's an austerity to wake up early, especially in winters, 3 months. Yes, Krishna Priya.
Following Chaturmas.
Following
Following
Chaturmas.
Chaturmas.
Yes. So like that, austerity, everyone is supposed to perform. Specifically, Vanaprastha is supposed to go through austerity. Yes. So next quality, next group. Who is the next group? Karuname Chitraleka, you and Pandit Gadadhar Prabhu, right?
Yes. Yes, Mataji. And we have added on Vaibhavi Mataji and Shubham Prabhu has requested to add on to that
Okay.
group. So
Okay.
yes, Karuname
Yes.
Chitraleka Mataji and Vaibhavi Mataji will present.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, the 9th quality is simplicity. So one should be very much simple and straightforward in his feelings, and there must not be any diplomacy. And this is for all. This is for all ashrams, whether one is a brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, or a sannyasi. The 10th quality is ahimsa. It means not arresting the progressing life of any living entity. So it is the Srila Prabhupada has given an instance of killing innocent animals for the person's gratification. He gives that every animal has to has to go through the evolutionary process. He has to from one category to another category of animal life. Uh, and if any animal is killed untimely, then he has to come back again into the same animal body to continue the remaining days. So his progress is checked. So we should not kill these animals for our sense gratification. The
So
fourth
that is
quality
ahimsa, right? You spoke about ahimsa, right? So what
Yes,
is the, yeah, here Prabhupada is giving ahimsa as that we should not actually stop the progress, checking the progress of the living entity's lifespan, right? So what Prabhupada said in chapter 13, does someone remember? I told you to make a note of it. Does someone remember what Prabhupada said for non-violence, ahimsa, in chapter 13? Yes, Pandit Gadadhar Prabhu.
Mataji, is it that we should not agitate others?
Yeah,
every
we should.
time.
That's a nice point. That is in Sri Ishopanishad, Prabhupada writes, ahimsa means we should not agitate others by body, mind, and words. Please make a note of it. In three places. It's not like Prabhupada gives three explanations. So one explanation. Thank you, Prabhu, for bringing up this point. It is in I don't remember exactly in which. I think in mantra 10. I think so. I can refer. Ishopanishad, Prabhupada says in the non-violence means not agitating others through body, mind, and words. So here, ahimsa in 16th chapter, we should not actually stop the progress of the other living entity's life by killing them, right? So in chapter 13, Prabhupada says that non-violence means violence means not preaching. Non-violence means preaching. If you're not preaching, it is actually violence. If you're preaching, then only it is considered non-violence. That we are not harming any living entities. We are actually equal in giving Krishna consciousness to everyone. So is it clear? The three. So please remember, it is all like for our own practice. What does it mean by non-violence? Yes. Yes, Harshika.
Hare Krishna Mataji, in chapter 13, which verse?
8 to 12, 8 to 12, 20
Prabhupada
items.
says.
20 items.
8, 12. Okay, thank you.
Knowledge. Yes, Rukmini Harisemni, you raised your hand for something else. You want to add some point? Okay. Okay, the next group, yes.
Mataji,
Yes, yeah, you haven't completed. Yes, please continue.
Yes, and the third quality, 11th quality is Satyam. So one should not distort or misinterpret the truth for his personal interest. So truth must be heard and learned from a bona fide spiritual master. So if there is a passage in any Vedic literature which is confusing, which cannot be understood through literary interpretation, we can ask from a bona fide spiritual master and and can learn from him what is the correct meaning. The next quality is approach. So one should it means to check anger. So if somebody gets provoked, and one should be tolerant and should not be provoked. As soon one becomes angry, his whole body becomes polluted. क्योंकि because the anger is a product of mode of passion and lust. So one must check himself. Uh, one must check himself from anger.
Okay. Thank you.
And the other four Vaishnavi Mataji.
Vaibhavi. Okay.
Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Vaibhavi.
So Mataji, I have the 4 qualities that are renunciation, tyaga, which means that we should be ready to renounce anything for Krishna. We can also understand this from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.11, Anukulena Krishnanushilanam, that is taking whatever is necessary for Krishna. A devotee must constantly be engaged in the service of Krishna because that is what Krishna desires. And the other is tranquility, which is Shanti. We can refer from Bhagavad Gita 5.29. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions very beautifully that one who is in complete knowledge that the Lord is the predominator, he attains the highest perfection of life. In the same purport, it is mentioned that unless one understands these bare facts that Krishna is the Lord of all the universes, that he is the benefactor and the beneficiary both, it is quite not possible for one to achieve peace in a world either individually or collectively. Also here, Prabhupada mentions that the more one is advanced, the more he is freed from the clutches of matter. The Lord is not, and one who is satisfied with this statement that Lord is a predominator, he knows that the Lord is not partial to anyone, and by simply doing, although one can achieve peace by following the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga, but Prabhupada specifically mentions highlight that perfection of devotional life, it alone can give us peace to the human being, but because it is the highest perfection of life. And the second point is aversion to fault finding. Here, with this point, I understand that there's a quote which says that a saint can be a sinner and a sinner can be a saint. Therefore, we should refrain ourselves from finding faults. As one, uh, if we are trying to find faults in other, we are also sowing that seed in ourselves. Because whatever we give, we also get back some percent of that. So, if we do that, we tend to develop the same things in ourselves. Before sowing the same seed, we must check ourselves and immediately start finding faults in ourselves. If somebody is having this kind of tendency, that person should practice this, that if I'm seeing like somebody is doing wrong and I have that tendency to say it out loud that you're doing this wrong, immediately I should call to myself that no, I'm doing this wrong, I am the worst person, I am the bad person, I should not say this thing to. If we are doing this practice, gradually we'll get out of this tendency of finding fault. And the next is I'm so sorry. Daya Bhuteshu, that is compassion for all living entities. So here it is that how can we have the true compassion for all? That is by giving spiritual knowledge, because spiritual knowledge is the highest form of daya one can give to any individual. As in the 5.29, it is also said that spiritual knowledge is the highest perfection of life. So we should try to give spiritual knowledge. That will be considered the highest form of daya. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So yes, Daya, we should give compassion. We are not actually, I mean, we share compassion means giving Krishna consciousness, no, everyone without without discrimination, right? And also regarding fault finding, you said some quality. Yes, it's a quality, but if someone makes a gross mistake, right, and if you observe, but I'm not in any authoritative position to actually ask someone, right? I'm not in any response. I don't have any relationship with that person. Then if it is some gross mistake, we can't keep quiet. We have to actually report to their authority. I cannot say like, oh, I'm a devotee in 16th chapter. I said like, no, we should we like, you're saying like, if it's a like gross mistake someone does, which is actually not good for himself, not good for our society, right? Then it should be reported to the
Mataji,
concerned authority.
an analogy is also given here that, of course, to call a thief is not a thief.
Yeah.
Fault finding, but calling an honest person a thief, that is fault finding.
That is fault. So even to say someone as a thief, if I don't have anything, then report to that concerned person. Like so and so, so please make a note of it, because we can't do any action on that person, but we need to report. Then it is between the authority, the Supreme Lord, and that particular person. We have done our duty, that's it. Yes, that day, since no one was there, the third group, myself and Nishta Sharma, I think she is here, right? Yes, she is here. So we were doing it that day. Yes, the last simple 8 qualities.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So whatever I could understand under your guidance, I'll take it. Mataji, we discussed about freedom from covetousness, gentleness, and modesty. So taking these 3 first, freedom from covetousness talks about freedom from the lustful activities. We have already discussed multiple qualities, so it is somewhat interlinked with that, and it is for all the 4 ashrams. One thing. Second thing is about gentleness. Just like where Bhavi Mataji just talked about compassion, it can be related to that as well, the Daya Bhav. Now, when we move to the other qualities, I take 3 together, which is modesty, determination, and vigor. Modesty, determination, and vigor. Sorry, modesty, determination, vigor, and forgiveness. If I talk about determination and modesty, modesty is when you're not doing no abominable activity, as in something which is not given in Vedas. Now, modesty can also be applicable for 4 ashrams, for this then we have to follow our four principles if we talk about modesty a little in detail, as in whatever the scriptures prescribe, we have to do that. If we are doing something apart from that, that means we are not leading a modest lifestyle. Then the next one is being determined. Determined again is for everyone. Determined to go towards pure devotional aspect, determined to do your small taken vows, somewhat or the other, trying to go closer to Krishna. Now, when we move ahead, when we talk about vigor, forgiveness, and fortitude, these three qualities we specifically link to Kshatriyas, Tejas. We start with Tejas. So now when I talk about vigor, vigor is even when you are in an adverse situation, you have to be strong. You have to have that stage in you to face the situation. Now, sometimes it happens when you are at a powerful position, you have seen that someone has made an offense, but rather than uh, creating trouble for the person, we need to learn how to forgive. And then fortitude is we have to have the courage in the painful situation as well. Therefore, these three qualities are being associated to a Kshatriya. Now, the next quality is cleanliness. Cleanliness has been specifically given for mercantile people who are the traders. But when we talk about cleanliness, cleanliness again, we have to have that Cheto Darpan. Our heart should be clean. And when we are dealing with someone, our way of dealing should be straightforward. We should not be diplomatic. Specifically, it is there for the mercantile people, but then again, others can also take some reference from there to keep our hearts clean and to be straightforward in our dealings with people. Then, when we move ahead from cleanliness, then we have freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. Now, specifically focusing on honor, honor is stated that especially Shudras, the working class, they should not have this honor. And then, if we refer to Shiksha Ashtikam, paragraph number 3, Trinadapi, Sunechana, Tarorapi, Shahishnuna, Amanina, Manadena, Kirtanya Sadahari. So when we chant the holy name of Lord in a humble state of mind, when we think ourselves to be lower than the straw in the street, and we have to become more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So this specifically the honor part has been given for the working class. But then if we want to take the reference, then this way we can take that we have to be free from envy and the honor so that we can go closer to Krishna a little better. Now to conclude it all, as we have discussed about these 26 qualities, which are the transcendental qualities, the divine qualities, these qualities are to be developed accordingly to the different status of social and occupational order. First is social and occupational order. Now we all go through material conditions which are miserable, that is the three modes which are miserable. But then if we start developing these qualities and when we start practicing them, now the focus is when all class of men, all as in all the four classes, they implement it, then slowly and gradually there is a possibility for all of us to rise to the highest platform of transcendental realization. That's all.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So yes, cleanliness is applicable for all the ashramas. Prabhupada specifically said in 13th chapter 8 to 12, we discussed that, the 20 items of knowledge. Prabhupada's sentence is like, the cleanliness is essential for spiritual advancement. So internal and external cleanliness. Of course, you gave the reference, Cheto Darpanam Arjunam. So internal cleanliness and external cleanliness. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So internal, external cleanliness, it's related to our own body, mind. And not only that, keeping the place clean wherever we live, keeping the place, or it's all like kind of, mode of goodness. You are organized, you're like, you're not running, everything throwing here and there, right? It's like a complete mess. If you had to find something, I had to go through some great trouble to find some small items. So keeping organized, trying to be, that doesn't, it's not, sometimes people say, okay, if we are organized, then can we become Krishna? That's not the point. We should not misunderstand. But it is nice that if we keep our place tidy, keep our things, important things, a reachable way, that we don't have to like no struggle. And it's nice. It's actually like it's creating it. It's actually it is inspiring. Okay, very nicely organized, so that you're not wasting time, but rather utilizing time in Krishna's service. Instead of, okay, I have to find some small document, let's say my Aadhaar card, but I need to like go through the whole room, but I have kept it in a mess. But if I keep in order, then I can utilize that time, whatever I'm going to struggle to find out. Instead of that time, I can utilize it in Krishna's service. That's it. So we need to think in that way. How nicely I can utilize my time in increasing my Krishna consciousness. So for that, whatever it takes, let me do it. Let me try to do it. So these are the 26 qualities, divine qualities. So yes, of course, I'll just go through. I think we have covered all the important points. Just give me a minute. I have to go to my iBooks. Just a minute. Since I had closed my iBooks, I'm not able to. Yes. So now, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, thank you. So we discussed how the 16th chapter came, the banyan tree, the subsidiary roots. Some roots are piety and impiety. In pious way, I can have sense gratification. In impious way, can have sense gratification. Piety, the divine qualities. Impiety, the demoniac qualities. That we discussed, I think, almost. Yes, something important I wanted to read. The second paragraph. How to beget, how to have this, the children with divine quality, because everything starts with the time of conception. So Prabhupada is saying an important point in this particular paragraph. Please read the word abhijatasya from there. Someone can read the word. Please raise your hand who would like to read.
The word abhijatasya in reference to one born of transcendental qualities or godly tendencies is very significant. To beget a child in a godly atmosphere is known as Vedic scripture as Garbhadana.
Garbhadana sanskara.
If the parents want a child in a godly qualities, they
should follow
the 10 principles recommended for the social life of the human being. In Bhagavad Gita, we have studied also before that sex life for begetting a good child is Krishna himself. Sex life is not condemned provided the process is used in Krishna consciousness. Those who are in Krishna consciousness at least should not beget children like cat and dogs, but should beget them so that they may become Krishna conscious after birth. That should be the advantage of children born of a father and mother absorbed in Krishna consciousness.
So very important. If the parents did not perform Garbhadan Samskar, then the risk is the child in mode of passion and ignorance exhibit some divine quality, may be like some, I'm not saying like some good quality may be there, but predominantly the child is in mode of passion and ignorance. That's why Prabhupada said that we should not, those who are in Krishna consciousness, specifically, who are those who are in Krishna consciousness? Who are those in Krishna consciousness? Who are those? Yes, Vaibhavi.
Those who have surrendered themselves to Krishna.
Who refers? Yes, Pandit Gadadhar Prabhu.
The devotee.
That who?
Devotees.
Who are they?
We.
Yes, Daya, what you said?
We.
Yeah, we ourselves. Those who are in Krishna conscious is referring to whom?
We ourselves.
Ourselves.
Practicing
That
devotees.
we should not beget children like cats and dogs, but should beget them so that they may become Krishna conscious after birth. That means Prabhupada wants the grahasthas to follow Garbhadan Sanskar. That is why before explaining the qualities, he gives he is actually expanding to the word Abhijatasya. The word Abhijatasya in the verse, in the Sanskrit text. Very Abhijatasya Bharata. In the third verse, Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata. The significance of Abhijatasya. So what is that Abhijatasya? Of one who is born of the divine qualities. How this divine quality children will be born. So Prabhupada is referring to Garbhadan Samskara, performing Garbhadan Samskara. Of course, the 10 Samskaras have to be performed at the right time in a Krishna conscious way. How to perform? Our Gopal Bhatta Goswami has given a book on how to perform Sanskaras in Krishna consciousness. The Krishna conscious way of doing each and every Sanskar. Of course, in Karma Kanda also they perform, but Gopal Bhatta Goswami specifically speaks on that book on how to perform sanskaras in a Krishna conscious way. So this is what Prabhupada expects the followers of Krishna consciousness to do. It's the general principle applicable for especially the grahasthas. So we need to have a divine child. In order to have a divine child, one should perform Garbhadan Samskara. So please note. So these are the instructions. This is called as general principle. General principle, of course, applicable for everyone. In this context, it is applicable for the householders. Yes, Pandit Gadadhar Prabhu, you want to add something to it?
Mataji, I have a question.
Yes.
So Mataji, what happens to those children or those kids who born of those parents who join Krishna conscious after their birth? So is it the Sukriti and the good karmas that imply to those, or how about that, Mataji?
That's okay. Like they may not have the Krishna conscious impression, but the point here is even without that it is not as we said, a person can take up Krishna consciousness in mode of passion and ignorance also. Earlier itself in 3 modes of material nature we discussed. We are supposed to come to mode of goodness. Of course, in Krishna consciousness itself is a purificatory process. It's our lifestyle changes as soon as we take up Krishna consciousness. There is no bar in taking up Krishna consciousness. So a person who is in mode of ignorance and passion, in that case where they did not perform any sanskar, but there is no bar in taking up Krishna consciousness, because Krishna consciousness itself is a purificatory process. One can achieve the perfection. So what Prabhupada is saying is, of course, that's the potency of Krishna conscious. We establish first that a person who is in mode of ignorance and passion can take up Krishna consciousness and can achieve. But Prabhupada is saying how to beget a divine child, because the divine child function has 2 functions. There are 2 kinds of child born to a Krishna conscious devotee. Prabhupada explains in 3rd canto Bhagavatam in Kardama Muni section, Kardama and Devahuti, where Kardama, actually the Lord himself, Kapila Dev, says to Kardama that I will become your son and she will be your wife. He himself selects a wife called Kardama, Devahuti, daughter of Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa. So in that, Prabhupada writes 2 kinds of children are born. One is actually a ray of Vishnu, who can deliver the whole world. Prabhupada is writing in that line. The other is a devotee who can actually perfect his Krishna consciousness and go back home, back to Godhead. So we should aim for these two children. I'm talking about those who are going to get married, the Krishna conscious devotees. So those who are, your question, those who did not perform Garbhadan Samskara but took up Krishna consciousness after that, there's no bar in taking up Krishna consciousness. Anyone can attain perfection. But in order to have this kind of children, one has to follow the sanskaras. So is it clear, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so of course we have covered all the points. The important point is Garbhadan Samskara. That's why I just raised that particular paragraph. Thank you so much for, it's an important thing. These are all qualities in the mode of goodness. And one more thing regarding the fault finding, no, not punishing, right? I think, yeah, this is, I think Nishta, he said, no, we had to forgive person, right? Person who is able to curb down his enemy may enter certain conditions, so forgiveness. Yes, these are all qualities of Kshatriya. But again, when it comes to institution, if a person performs something like abominable, as a preaching society, some legislation have to be done because we are preaching movement, right? Of course, a devotee can be given to that particular devotee for his or her own progress of Krishna consciousness. That doesn't mean that they should not practice Krishna consciousness, not like that. They all should be given through a devotee care team for their progress of Krishna consciousness. At the same time, if some legislation have to be done, it has to be done. Because since it is said Kshatriya means like it's a management service. So within management service, this kind of austerity one has to take. That since it is a preaching movement, something have to be done, some legislation have to be done. At the same time, taking care of the spiritual welfare of the particular person. That's also one should keep in mind. I mean, whoever is in the management position, managerial position, because we can learn so many management principles from the Bhaktivedanta purports in order to manage our spiritual society. So that is one such principle lies here. Yes, Pandit Prabhu.
Mataji, I have a question with respect to anger. I have marked it, but somehow it was skipped. So, Mataji, it's been mentioned here that anger is the product of the mode of passion and lust. Yes, Mataji. But we sometimes see that the people in the mode of goodness or devotees also exhibit anger.
So okay, if it is for Krishna's service, someone like kind of, then we should say, we are not actually completely against anger. Anger has to be applied in Krishna consciousness. What is the example Prabhupada gives in Upadeshamrita? Yeah, Hanuman, and also Arjuna. Any other? One more example. One more example. Nityan Prabhu did not get angry when Jagai and Madai. Yeah, that's the example, right?
Yes.
So if it is affecting Krishna's service, yes, then there is nothing wrong in like, for example, one person, he's supposed to be an authority. He's a devotee, is supposed to be an authority. He has given a specific instruction to someone who is serving under him, right? A specific instruction, because we are a preaching movement. We know that public will come at this particular point of time in a public function. For example, Janmashtami is upcoming. We have Prabhupada Vyas Puja, like that we have ceremony, so public will come. So related to preaching, we need to arrange everything on time. When the prime time, when we should know when the prime time is, and then when public will come, so that we can attract more people towards Krishna consciousness. So Accordingly, whatever instruction is given, one should follow it. It's like we are a preaching movement. So if someone commits some blunder in arranging and public have come, okay, almost they did not get that. They visited everything. They saw the cultural program. They saw the Abhishekam. Yes, that's all good, no doubt about it. But some kind of a diorama or whatever exhibition, I'm just saying it where they can actually think on what we are exactly doing in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So they just came, had darshan, ate prasadam, that's it. So, but if someone is specifically instructed to do this. I'm just giving an example, right? So, but that person failed to do this. That time, the authority getting angry is not at the momentarily he may become angry. So nothing wrong in. Maybe later he will forgive because no, sometimes we also think, oh, I mean, I shouldn't have shouted at that person for that mistake. Later we may ask forgiveness from the devotee. So you got my point, Pandit Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. So this means that this doesn't mean that if a devotee is exhibiting anger, so he's in mode of passion
Yeah,
or
in general,
ignorance,
in general, if he like, no, sometimes you get angry for not some, like that's why I said a specific case.
If it
Here
is in
what-
Krishna service, then it is not in the mode of
It
anger
is
and
not in
mode of passion or
because
ignorance.
see, that is why I said preaching. In fact, preaching, Prabhupada said that it is transcendental. Where did I read? Okay, I'm not able to recollect. Okay, anyway, that's the point. Preaching is also a transcendental service. So since I'm involved in transcendental service, if something gets affected in that service, I'm just momentarily. It is not that like purposely, I mean. So you got the anger has a proper utility. That's what Prabhupada says in Vacho Vegam, Krodho Vegam, right?
Got it, Mataji.
But
Yes.
in general, anger is in mode of passion, not like nothing related to Krishna service. In general, it is in mode of passion. Kama yesha, krodha yesha, rajoguna samudbhava. Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3. So, right, Prabhu?
Yes.
Okay, so we will move to text number 4. It's the demoniac quality. From now on, Krishna keeps speaking about the demoniac qualities. And one more thing, between a difference between a demoniac quality and the divine qualities, the people in the divine in nature, they follow scriptures. People who are demoniac in scripture, they do not follow scriptures. That's one more thing. That's Krishna says here in this particular chapter, towards the end of the chapter, he says, whoever follows Shastra, divine. Okay, the demoniac quality. Dambho dharpo bhimanascha krodha parushyameva cha jnanam chabhijatasya partha sampadamasurim. Please follow the alphabetical order, reading the translation. Hare Krishna. Yes, Daya, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Translation. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demonic nature, O son of Partha.
Please read the purport.
In this verse, the royal road to hell is described. The demoniac
want to make a show of religion.
Want to make a show of religion and advancement in spiritual science, although they do not follow the principles. They are always arrogant or proud in possessing some type of education or so much wealth. They desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability, although they do not command respect. Over trifle, they became very angry and speak harshly, not gently. They do not know what should be done and what should be not done. They everything whimsically according to their own desire, and they do not recognize any authority. These demoniac qualities are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies in the wombs of their mother, and as they grow, they manifest all these inauspiciousness qualities.
So that is why the importance of Garbhadan Samskara Prabhupada mentions. In the absence of performing those in Krishna conscious, then what happens? These demoniac qualities are taken on the beginning of their body, the womb of their mother. As they grow, as they come out, and as they grow, they manifest all these inauspicious. That is why Prabhupada mentions the importance of performing Garbhadan Sanskar. Very, very important. In fact, Prabhupada speaks in many places in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita itself, in 7.15, in the 4 classes of people who do not surrender to Krishna, Namam Dushkritino Moda Prapadyante Naradhama Maya Apakrita Jnana Ashram Bhavam Ashrita. When it comes to Naradhama, 99.9% of the people in this society is Naradhama because of not performing Garbhadan Sanskar. So it is very important, especially for Grahasthas. Of course, other people cannot perform Garbhadan Sanskar. Okay, text number 5. Daivi sampad vimokshaya nibandaya suri mata masucha sampadam daivim abhijatosi pandava. So he's actually encouraging Arjuna. You don't worry, you are born with divine qualities. That's in text number 5. Yes, please read the translation. Daya, I'll come back to you.
Hare Krishna, translation. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demoniac qualities make for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine qualities.
So it is a significant word is Vimokshaya. When one has divine qualities, Daivi, divine qualities, it leads one to liberation. If one is with demoniac quality, then it is bondage. Nibandaya, banda. We say no, bandhan, bandaya, bondage. Then he is encouraging Arjuna, you don't worry, you are actually born with divine qualities. Yes, Daya, you want to ask something or you want to add something?
Mataji, I have question.
Yes.
Mataji, like we are discussing that one should perform Garbhadana Samskara.
Yes.
Like, so, like in today's age, is there? I don't see any type of this samskara being performed.
Of
So
course. Yes.
all
Yes. Please.
children are.
Yeah, I mean, in Krishna conscious, I know devotees, whoever taking guidance from us, we are encouraging everyone to perform Garbhadan Samskara, and everyone have performed Garbhadan Samskar and are begetting good Krishna conscious children. Definitely, many Grahasthas would be advising other Krishna conscious Grahastha devotees to perform Garbhadan Sanskar. Of course, outside world, we don't see. That is why in Kali Yuga, everyone is born as
Demonic.
Shudra.
Everyone is, Shudra. Kalau Shudra Sambhavaha. No Sanskara is performed. That is why in Kali Yuga, whole population is considered Shudra. So you
Mataji?
got, yes, Daya, you got your answer?
No, I have
No. So now I'm continuing. I have not completed my answer. So I know there are several ladies and Prabhus. If you are planning to become, of course, for ladies, no choice. Men can become brahmachari, no problem. For ladies, you need to have protection. That's what in text number 7 we are going to see. I am not saying, please don't throw stones at me, that you need to have protection. Protection means in the form of marriage. So you all have learned from Prabhupada that you are supposed to perform Garbhadan Sanskara so that you can have a nice devotee child in your home. The advantage is the child will also will be delivered, you also will be delivered. So this you got it and you have to apply it. So Daya, you got your answer? I have completed
Mataji,
my answer.
it is easy to perform or difficult? Like how it is performed? I haven't
Yes.
heard and seen
Okay, okay. Just okay, you have to select a date according to the chart of your what to say?
conception.
The no. Um, I'm not I'm not getting prospective husband. Your husband, after your marriage, your husband and you have to discuss with the devotee astrologer, find a proper date that suits both of your stars and perform. Garbhadan Samskara is also like taking blessings from seniors, getting blessings from them, informing them that you are going to perform Garbhadan Samskara. Of course, first and foremost is getting permission from the spiritual master, getting blessings from the spiritual master. That's first. Taking blessings from the senior devotees, grahasthas in the community, that you're going to perform Garbhadan Samskar. Then chanting 50 rounds for both husband and wife have to chant 50 rounds so that your consciousness is clear. Of course, detail I can tell you separately. So this much I can give you now. So you got it,
Thank you.
Daya? Yes. Okay, yes, Pandit Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, I want to add even it's been mentioned by Srila Prabhupada that one cannot become a father or husband if he cannot deliver his dependence from this material, like the cycle of birth and death. So this Garbhadan
Yeah.
Samskar is mandatory to get rid of that.
Yes. It's said by Rishabhadev.
Okay.
Of course, Prabhupada is insisting. Like Prabhupada is not away from the teachings of Rishabhadev. He's in line with the teachings of Rishabhadev. Yeah. Yes, Vaibhavi.
Mataji, I want to add on with the Daya Mataji's question, the answer. That
Okay.
nowadays, Garbhadan Sanskar has been replaced with baby shower, which is basically done on the 7th month.
No.
And,
You misunderstood. Garbhadan Samskara is before the conception. Not the baby
Okay.
shower is after the baby has come into the womb. What Garbhadan Samskara is, before the child, the soul comes into the womb of the mother. Please understand. At the time of conception, we are praying to the Supreme Lord, please send a devotee soul to our family. That is why husband and wife are supposed to chant 50 rounds on the day.
So what is that, Mataji? When in the 7th month, this ritual
No,
has
that's
been
a
performed.
sanskar. That's called a Shimantona and sanskar. That's a sanskar after the baby has come to the womb of the mother. That also have to be performed. But what is important is after Vivaha Samskar, this Garbhadan Samskar. So the time of conception of a child.
Chanting 50 rounds before begetting the child and so on, so on.
Yeah, before on the day when the conception happens, they are supposed to chant 50 rounds. You got my point?
Yes.
Yeah. So Shimanto 9 is a sanskar after the baby has arrived in the womb. So Vaibhavi, you are clear?
Yes, Mataji, thank you.
Okay. So why Krishna is saying here, do not worry? Because Arjuna was confused. Maybe Krishna is telling me to fight. If I fight, am I having a demoniac quality or like what? So he's encouraging Arjuna that do not worry, you are born with divine qualities. Of course, Prabhupada clarifies in the purport. Yeah, please read the highlighted part of the purport.
His involvement in the fight was not demoniac because he was considering the pros and cons. For a Kshatriya, a military man, shooting arrows at the enemy is considered transcendental, and refraining from such a duty is demoniac. Anyone who performs the regulative principles of the different orders of life is transcendentally situated. Hare Krishna.
So Arjuna was confused. He was thinking he missed, but Krishna is encouraging that he is not born with demoniac qualities, he is born with divine qualities. Then Prabhupada is further clarifying, for a Kshatriya, doing his Kshatriya duty is considered transcendental. Because Arjuna wanted to refrain from doing his duty, and what Prabhupada is saying, refraining from such a duty is demoniac. He is thinking that not fighting is actually divine. Arjuna thought, please understand, Arjuna thought fighting is demoniac and not fighting is divine. Then Krishna clarifies, you are a Kshatriya, so doing your duty is divine and rejecting your duty is demoniac. So that is why he is encouraging Arjuna, you don't worry, you are born with divine qualities. So everyone have to perform their duty. Whatever is conducive in this age of Kali, everyone have to perform their duty properly. So that's why Prabhupada says, anyone who performs the regulative principles means the rules and regulations of a particular varna and ashram. So that's why the regulative principles mean not the 4 regulative principles. That's why I said, when it comes to regulative principles, we have to see in what context it is said. So here it is said, doing your varna and ashrama duties. Of course, doing our ashrama and varna duties, the aim is to please Krishna. Bhakti is predominant. Your varna and ashrama are just like a support system. That's not our main focus. We need to perform bhakti, but these we have to situate somewhere else in performing pure devotional service. We have to perform. We have to situate ourselves in any of the ashramas. So when it comes to any one of the ashrama, we'll be in any one of the ashram. So that time we need to perform our duty. So what Prabhupada is saying, anyone performs the regulative principles. If they perform their duty properly, then they are transcendentally situated. Means by performing their duty in satisfying the Supreme Lord, slowly they can overcome the 3 modes and they come beyond the 3 modes, they can become transcendently situated. It is like this. Cutting a diamond with a diamond. How the Varnashrama is designed, what is the basis for the Supreme Lord to differentiate, like, or how the divisions come in the society, different Varnashram and Ashramas, how Krishna has divided, according to what? What is the criteria, Sachika?
On the basis of guna, tamoguna, rajoguna,
guna and yes, Pandit Gadadhar Prabhu. Guna and karma. Chaturvarnyam ayashishtam guna karma vibhagashaha. Vibhagashaha means the divisions is made according to guna and karma. So according to guna and karma, if I perform my duties properly, pleasing the Supreme Lord, where bhakti is predominant and this varna and ashrama is acting like a support system, then I will come to goodness, and then from goodness it is easier to come to pure goodness than this particular statement. That is what Prabhupada said. Anyone who performs the regulative principles of the different orders of life is transcendentally situated. So he clarifies Arjuna that doing his duty is divine and not doing his duty is considered demoniac. Text number 6, Krishna is going to explain the 2 kinds of people. Yeah. Dvau bhuta sargau lokesmin daiva suraye cha daivo vistarasha prokta asuram partame shrunu. Please read.
O son of Pritha, in this world there are 2 kinds of created beings. One is called divine and the other demoniac. I have already explained to you at length the divine qualities. Now hear from me of the demoniac.
So 2 kinds of created beings. We discussed the first 3 verses, the divine qualities. Now Krishna is going to speak about the demoniac. Okay. Yes, please read the highlighted part.
Those who are born with divine qualities follow a regulated life, that is to say, they abide by the injunctions in scriptures and by the authority. One who does not follow the regulated principles as they are laid down in the scriptures and who acts according to his whims is called demoniac or asterisk. There is no other criterion but obedience to the regulated principles of the scripture.
So Prabhupada made it very clear that those who follow the scriptures are divine, those who don't follow the scriptures are demoniac. So what are the injunctions? Here Prabhupada is writing as regulative principles. There is no other criteria for this division. Either you follow scriptures or don't follow scriptures. So that is the criteria to actually find out divine and demoniac. Text number 7. From now on, Krishna will discuss about the demoniac qualities. It's the first thing, text number 7. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha janana vidurasuraha na saucham napi chacharo na satyam teshu vidyate. Please read.
Those who are demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them.
So demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. They don't have cleanliness, they don't have proper behavior, no truth is found in them. So in Kali Yuga, what is right according to scriptures is considered wrong. What is wrong according to scriptures is considered right. What is right according to scriptures is considered wrong in the mundane circles. What is right in scriptures is considered wrong. What is wrong in scriptures is considered right. That's what Prabhupada is saying. Krishna is saying here. And Prabhupada, what all he's speaking here? Yeah, please continue.
Most of them do not know them, and even if some of them know, they have not a tendency to follow them. They have no faith, nor are they willing to act in terms of the Vedic injunctions. One should always be careful to keep his body clean by bathing, brushing teeth, shaving, changing clothes, etc. As far as internal cleanliness is concerned, one should always remember the holy names of God and chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Hare. Please continue.
Now, in the Manu Samhita, it is clearly stated that a woman should not be given freedom. That does not mean that women are to be kept as slaves, but they are like children. Children are not given freedom, but that does not mean that they are kept as slaves. The demons have now neglected such injunctions, and they think that women should be given as much freedom as men. However, this has not improved the social condition of the world. Actually, a woman should be given protection at every stage of life. She should be given protection by the father in her younger days, by the husband in her youth, and by the grown-up sons in her old age. This is proper social behavior according to the Manu Samhita. But modern education has artificially devised a puffed up concept of womanly life, and therefore marriage is practically now an imagination in human society. The social condition of women is thus not very good now, although who are married are in a better condition than those who are proclaiming their so-called freedom.
So this example Prabhupada gives that women have to be protected. Why Prabhupada speaking about the protection for women? Please recall from your readings. Why women have to be protected? And specifically that it doesn't mean that it's a slave mentality. Prabhupada is clarifying. It's not a slave mentality. But women, why they have to be, why Prabhupada speaking about the importance of protection for women when Krishna is speaking about those who are demoniac, pravrittim cha, nivrittim cha, janana, vidurasuraha. Yes, Nishta Sarma?
Mataji, I believe, as much as I'm able to recall, it was in chapter 1 where we were talking about the fall of dynasties and their impact on women, where we had discussed that how the people who are engaged in different things or the wrong things try to influence. And because women are more prone to addressing the emotions, so they can be manipulated. Therefore, Mataji.
Okay, yeah. Yes, I fully agree with you. But why Prabhupada is speaking about the protection for women, specifically in this yeah. Yes, Krishna Priya.
As we just read it, they are just like children. So the emotions and they can be easily drawn to some other things. Like just like a child can be pushed to some extreme things. So similarly, women, they can be also.
Okay, yes. Agreed, all points, whatever you both said. Why Bhavi?
Mataji, because
more,
women
yes.
are more emotionally strong and men are more rationally strong. So women get influenced by others very easily, and that is why they are said to be under the protection of the the father or the husband.
Okay, so that I'm going to ask one more question. It's okay, kind of, but why Arjuna was worried in the first chapter? Why Arjuna was worried? Yes, Daya. Daya, you raise your hand first. That's why I'm asking you.
Arjuna gave 4 reasons, and one of them was that dynasty will be destroyed, Varna ashram will be destroyed, and women's will be polluted.
Okay, what is the result of women polluted?
Unwanted progeny will be produced.
So if women are not protected, what will happen?
Varna Shankar.
Varna Shankara. So if Varna Shankara is there, Varna Shankara children is there, which quality they will exhibit? Please raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Yes, Harshika.
Demoniac qualities.
Demoniac quality. That is why they had to be protected or left.
They should be protected.
They should be protected. Thank you for using the word should. They should be protected because it's a responsibility of a society. It's not a responsibility of a one person to protect women. It's a responsibility of the society to actually protect. Protection means protecting the chastity of women. Prabhupada writes in the first chapter, chastity of a woman is there so that a good population one can a good population one can beget. Just give me a minute. I'm just looking for the specific particular sentence on Varna Shankara. Someone can help it will be very nice. Yes. Good population in human society is the basic principle for peace, prosperity, and spiritual progress in life. So for that, a chastity of women is a very important. A chastity and faithfulness, all the good population depends on a chastity and faithfulness of a woman. Whole.
Mataji, which verse?
Text number 40. Purport. Where Arjuna discussed about Varna Shankara. A good population, for first time Prabhupada speaking about good population, is important for peace and prosperity. And then such population depends upon chastity and faithfulness of womanhood. That doesn't mean man is irresponsible. It is a responsibility of a man to protect the womanhood, to protect the chastity of women. As a society, they are protecting womanhood. So it is the responsibility of men of the society. So otherwise, if women are not protected, then it gives, we just discussed about Varna Shankara, then unwanted population who are having demoniac qualities, and that will destroy the peace and prosperity of the society. So the demons, they think that they don't know anything, but they think they know everything. And that's what in this verse says, that they do things whimsically. They do not know what is to be done, what is not to be done. So Prabhupada gives example of this. They are not giving protection. Actually, they are exploiting, saying all different modern names, equality, does this, liberation, all these things. We have to get liberated from the three modes of material nature. That's real liberation. Okay, so text number 8. Asatyam apratishtam te jagadahuranishwaram aparaspara sambhutam kimanyat kamahaitukam.
They say that this world is unreal, with no foundation, no God in control. They say it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust.
So basically atheistic. It's unreal, life is meant for enjoying, no God in, it's all like this, their the so-called theories. Yeah, please read the highlighted part.
They say that this cosmic manifestation arises due to due to
I'm sorry. Did I you lost the screen share?
no, Mataji. I got confused with G and C. Sorry. It's now, Mataji. May you please read that? I'm not able to pronounce it.
Just a minute, just a minute. I'm trying to. One computer I have.
Mother, your
Change.
screen is visible.
Not visible for me.
Prabhuji, may you
visible?
please read this word CHANC? I'm not able to pronounce it. I just got stuck with the
Chance.
pronunciation of GNC.
Chance. Due to chance.
Thank you so
maybe,
much.
yeah.
Sorry. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Chance, material actions and reactions. They have their own theory that the world has come about in its own way and that there is no reason to believe that there is a God behind it.
Continue.
Everything is matter only, and the whole cosmos is supposed to be a mass of ignorance. According to them, everything is void, and whatever manifestation exists is due to our ignorance and perception. But factually, although the demons say that life is a dream, they're very expert in enjoying this dream. And so instead of acquiring knowledge, they become more and more implicated in their dreamland. They conclude that as a child is simply the result of sexual intercourse between man and women, this world is born without any soul. For them, it is only a combination of matter that has produced the living entities, and there is no question of the existence of the soul. As many living creatures come out from perspiration and from a dead body without any cause, the whole living world has
Come out
of the material combinations of the cosmic manifestation. Therefore, material nature is the cause of this manifestation, and there is no other cause. In other words, among the demons, there is no perfect knowledge of the creation of the world. Every one of them has some particular theory of his own. According to them, one interpretation of the scriptures is as good as another, for they do not believe in a standard understanding of the scriptural injunctions.
basically atheistic mentality. They don't agree with the presence of the Supreme Lord, that the Supreme Lord is behind everything and he is the controller and the material nature is working under his direction. Okay, text number 9. Ye tam drishtimavashtabhya nashtatmanolpabhuddhayah prabhavanti ugra karmana shayaya jagato hitaha.
Hare Krishna Mataji, translation. Following such conclusions, the demoniac who are lost to themselves and who have no intelligence engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world.
So here specific word is ugra karmana, engaged in painful activities. Prabhupada clarifies the hard endeavor, working in night shifts, like call center, all these things are I know paper industry. I know one paper industry where one devotee who is known to us was working there. They don't stop their machine. 24 hours it will run unless the machine breaks down or something happens, some technical fault. Otherwise, they don't stop. 24 hours it runs. They have 3 shifts, one person for 8 hours. It's 3 shifts, people keep working for 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. So the machine keeps running. So these are all Ugra Karma, very painful activities. Engage in painful act. Of course, life-saving are not considered like Ugra Karma. Like, for example, someone is a doctor, some emergency, night he has to deal. It's kind of life-saving, right? That's not coming under this category. But so Ugra Karmana is like, no, you are going against the nature and working. These are all like very hard endeavor, engage in painful activities. So Krishna is speaking about this, and they have Alpa Buddha, the less intelligent, unbeneficial, horrible works. Prabhupada writes horrible works. In one place, he says, hard endeavor against nature. And these works destroy the world. Yeah, please continue the highlighted part.
Purport, the demoniac are engaged in activities that will lead the world to destruction.
Yeah. Just a minute. I am looking for something. Okay. If I remember, I'll just add on. Yeah, please continue the highlighted part.
They try to enjoy this material world to the utmost limit and therefore always engage in inventing something. Engage in inventing something for sense gratification. Such materialistic inventions are considered to be advancement of human civilization, but the result is that people grow more and more violent and more cruel to animals and cruel to other human beings. They have no idea how to behave toward one another. Indirectly, this word anticipates the invention of nuclear weapons, of which the whole world is today very proud. At any moment, war may take place, and these atomic weapons may create havoc.
So, whatever I have highlighted in yellow, that the demons try to enjoy this material world to the utmost limit, inventing something for sense gratification. So, the demonic society, sense gratification is the one and only aim. So, do you agree to this? Prabhupada is writing the result. The result is that people grow more and more violent and more cruel to animals and cruel to other human beings. They have no idea how to behave toward one another. So, is it sentence makes sense to whatever is happening in the present day society, especially something very hot in the news, whatever is going on? They don't consider scriptures. Because they don't consider scriptures, and there is no way towards goodness, the mind is becoming more and more cruel. Mind has become like so many thoughts of towards vulgar, all these things is actually destroying the whole human society. Yes, text number 10, we'll move. And so Ugra Karma, I clarified, Ugra Karma Prabhupada speaks. And please go through the lecture by Prabhupada. For whichever chapter, whatever chapters we are doing, like for sometimes Prabhupada says on specific verses, that's what I was looking for. You have so many lectures for each verse. I have for chapter 16, cure for fear, cats and dogs, become devotee, do not remain demon. Some way or other, becoming Krishna conscious, becoming a dog, demon symptoms, education and becoming divine, Vedic secular state, demons and devotees, demoniac want degradation, Asuric public, from Papa Yoni to Devata, turning Asuras into Suras. Who is demon? Who is divine? deliver your neighborhood, unseen controller, demoniac, no sense of God, demoniac attitude, anxiety unlimited, devotional and demoniac desires. Then last one, just a minute, I'm searching for the title. Srila Prabhupada, New Vrindavan, 1976, 628. Yeah. Dishonesty. Dishonesty starts from government. That's the title of the lecture. So please go through these lectures very carefully. Very important as a part of our personal sadhana that we hear from Prabhupada first, then to our spiritual master, then to the rest of ISKCON. That doesn't mean that if someone is giving Bhagavatam class, it's a part of our sadhana to attend Bhagavatam class every day that we hear. It is a part of our personal practice. We hear from Prabhupada first. So please go through. I whatever I read is the 16th chapter, which I was actually, I'm listening somehow. I'm not connected to Bhakti Shastra, but as a part of my own hearing, I'm hearing 16th chapter now. Okay. So in that, why I brought is Prabhupada speaks about Ugra Karmana in his lecture also. Be more clear. What does it mean by Ugra Karma? Okay, we'll move to text number 10 and then close it probably. Yeah, we'll have time. Tomorrow we'll continue. Text number 10. Kamamashritya dushpuram dambamana madanvitaha moha grihitva sadrahan pravartante shuchi vrataha. Asuchi vrataha is the significant word. What they do, they have unclean vows, unclean work. They sworn to do unclean work. That's what Ashuchi Vrataha. Please continue.
Hare Krishna translation. Taking shelter of insatiable lust and absorbed in conceit of pride and false prestige, the demoniac, thus illused, are always sworn to
So okay, continue.
Sworn to unclean work, attracted by the impermanent.
Let's read the highlighted part.
Although they are always full of anxieties on account of accepting non-permanent things, they still continue to engage in such activities out of illusion. The result is that they became more and more attracted to two things: sex enjoyment and accumulation of material wealth. The word Ashuchi Vrataha, unclean vows, is very significant in this connection. Such demoniac people are only attracted by wine, women, gambling, and meat eating. Those are their ashuchi, unclean habits induced by pride, false prestige. They create some principle of religion which are not approved by the Vedic injunctions.
So text number 10. How they are induced? We already discussed in text number 4. Krishna speaks about the demoniac quality, dhambobhimanascha, dhamba, pride and false prestige. That is there. That is the two things which induces to do actions. And what actions they are doing? They do actions which are not approved by the scriptures. And they want to actually enjoy that they want to accept the non-permanent things, and they don't even know that they are non-permanent, and they still continue to engage in such activities in illusion. What is that illusion? They think that they are the body, and they want to enjoy sense gratification to the utmost limit. For that, whatever requires, they're ready to do it without reference to the scriptures. So that is what Krishna is saying, and Prabhupada is clarifying to us. So we'll just read the translation and shloka, probably purport maybe tomorrow. Chintama parimeyam cha pralayantam upashritaha kamopabhoga parama एतावत् इति निश्चिताः आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः कामक्रोधपरायणाः ईहन्ते कामभोगार्थम् अन्यायेनार्थसञ्चयान्. Please read.
Translation. They believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, until the end of life, their anxiety is immeasurable. Bound by a network of hundreds of thousands of desires and absorbed in lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification.
So, whatever translation we went through regarding this demoniac quality, one of the group exercise we tell students is to just read this newspapers and whatever is there in the newspaper, just try to relate what we are reading in chapter 16. So one student used to get cuttings from newspapers, highlights some details. Okay, with this verse, actually this particular thing, what Prabhupada mentions in this verse is actually happening here, happening there. Something like that they used to bring from the newspaper or any articles for that matter, which is completely demoniac, no God-centered, nothing in relation with scriptures. So some kind of food for thought for you. If you come across something, definitely you can, okay, this verse Prabhupada is stating here, and what we see actually is happening. These are all kind of demoniac civilization. So that's something you can think of doing, all devotees here. So tomorrow, who read this translation? Harshika, did you read the translation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
Mataji.
please continue the purport tomorrow when you come for the class. Is it okay?
Okay.
So tomorrow
yes.
we have,
Sure.
and also Saturday we have, yeah, Friday and Saturday. Then we have Janmashtami celebrations. Yes, Harshika, you want to ask something? Raise your hand.
Yes, Mataji, I have one question. As you said that we should hear from the Prabhupada lectures.
Yes,
So where
yes.
will we find them? Any application or any website?
You can go to Vanipedia, Veda base. There is all Prabhupada lecture is there. You go to, there is a website called bhagavadgitaclass.com.
Okay.
In that all Prabhupada lecture also here, but for particular verse, all devotees also have given lecture. That's also there. But since you asked where to get those lectures, I just referred to that website also. And there is an iBooks facility is there. If I know many of you are having iPhones and iPads and iPods. iPod is anyway out of now it is out. But there is an iBook facility, whoever is having Apple products. If you go in iBooks also, all proper lectures we can see in iBooks. In Veda base, it is there. So you can find out.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll close here. We'll continue the purport of 11 and 12 tomorrow, 7 p.m. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Grantaraj Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bol, Pancha Kalpatru, Yasha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam, Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namah. Okay, see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Pranam Mataji, Pranam to all devotees.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, everyone.